After what feels like an eternity, the Premier League is finally back and regular football can once again reign supreme. Yes, there was a whole European Championship, and even the Olympic competition, over what was in truth a jam-packed summer of sport, but the top flight is a different beast entirely. As such, with the season curtain raiser between Manchester United and Fulham set for Friday night, which you can follow with Mail Sports live coverage, it is time to get back into the Premier League mood ahead of the game. With that in mind, who would you most like to go on a night out with? Which ground would you most like to go for a kickabout at? And of course, who will be the next Pep Guardiola? Here, Mail Sports Premier League club experts use their insight to reveal the inside story of what the players are really like. Jack Gaughan reports on Manchester City. Born 1991. Signed from, joined on the Mail Line graduate scheme following a year working for the Independent. Which player would you most like to go on a night out with? Last year, it would have been Burnley's Jay Rodriguez, who used to play the Smiths to his bemused teammates as dressing room DJ. Now, Kieran Tierney. Decent music taste apparently, and friends with Gary Cinnamon, so we would never be far from the indie scene. Which ground would you love the chance to play at with your mates? In the whole country, the Hawthorns. It has a deceptively unique design, the crowd behind the dugout are right on you, and the tunnel area is quaint. In the Premier League, probably Portman Road for the history and old school feel. Which player will be the next Pep Guardiola in 10 to 20 years' time? Martin Odegaard seems a deep thinker about the game and open to innovation. Football is more about trigonometry than ever before, so the next wave of big managers will surely be technical midfielders. Which player would you most like to invite to your house for dinner, and why? Bernardo Silva is likely to be the whole package for a bit of dinner. Laid back with a slight edge in conversation, well-mannered and capable of switching off away from football. But I'd insist his French bulldog, named after John Stones, sits the night out. If you could be one player or manager for a day, who would it be and why? It has to be Pep Guardiola. Does he ever bite his tongue at work? How many thoughts were around at once? Can he fetch a morning tomato juice in that penthouse apartment without debating the merits of a double pivot at the weekend? The keys to his inner monologue when facing us in a pre-match press conference would be handy too. Eisen Khan reports on Arsenal, born 1997. Signed from, joined the Mail on the Stephen Lawrence Scholarship Scheme. Named Sports Journalist of the Year by the Press Awards in 2023. Which player would you most like to go on a night out with? Gabriel Magalhaes, the 6 feet 3 inches centre-back is menacing on the pitch, but away from it is partial to a joke. You also know that if